I'm asked so often what inspired me. I have painted on many different surfaces and I had my own painting, faux painting business. So I have painted on plaster and brick and done murals and painted on velvet. And the series started about 12 years ago. And what I had intended to do was paint on books using all endangered animals. I wasn't even concerned with the title. It just seemed to me like an interesting size and it was something that would be different and unusual. And I happen to love to read. So it all went together. And then as I started to think about the titles, I got a lot of inspiration for social commentary, which has always been in my work even before the books, and am an observer of what's going on. And thankfully, I have my art as a way to express it. And I find that the books are a really good source for communicating because people engage with the canvas itself and are always curious about, is it a real book? And for some reason, it's astounding to them. I don't know why it's such a novel thing, but many people being astounded that I painted on a book. And quite happy about it because it makes them look at it. And all the titles give me many, many opportunities for imagery and commentary and style. I can jump around as much as I would like to. The creative act of finding a title and trying to come up with a different meaning for that title is a big part of the creativity. I don't just illustrate the title, I transform it. Ultimately, it's passed on to the viewer because they can see that things can be looked at in more than one way. That's my proudest achievement is the idea of that. The first piece, titled Alone, was the first piece that I did right after COVID. And it's kind of telling because that was the feeling I was having, that I was home and didn't have anywhere to go, like many, many other people. And for some reason, the Jonah and the whale came to mind, and that was the imagery that suited what I wanted to say. And in my little artist studio, trapped inside but couldn't get out. And the other piece came a little later in the COVID pandemic, but it was still before the vaccines had been developed. And there was such a lot of uncertainty, which is that this piece is called That Uncertain Feeling. People were really so unsure of everything. And it was at that time still a hopeful idea that this was going to unite us all because we were all in it together. So it was meant as a positive, hopeful thing. And that's why there's a diversity of races and ages depicted there. I'm still waiting for the big unity to happen, but it may still, things take time. A lot of my work is really trying to cut down to the bone of human behavior, which is at the source of almost everything that we have as political topics and different things. It's what we do and why we do what we do. And for those two pieces, I would like them to see that we have so much in common and that our feelings, if we could learn to manage them and use them productively, it would be a completely different world.